friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I have a fun little holder for a packet of hot chocolate. I was inspired by myself when I found this in my box in my stamping room this weekend. I saw this apple cider holder I made back when Perfectly Preserved was current. Isn't that cute? But could you imagine using the Harvest Hello's apple builder punch and popping that on there? So I thought, well, the fall holidays are now turned into Christmas holidays. So I wanted to make one for a hot chocolate holder. So we're going to be using the Cup of Christmas bundle that comes with the Cup of Cheer dies and the Cup of Christmas stamp set. So this is going to be retiring. So if you haven't picked it up yet, it will be while supplies last, and it will be until January 2nd. So if you haven't got it, it is a really cute set with a lot of different sentiments, and you can stamp on both sides of the photopolymer, so you can get, you know, two cups with handles on opposite sides. So I love that about that. So what we're going to do to get started is make this quick little holder here. You're going to need a 8.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock, a square of 8.5. So if you're wondering why there is a cut here, it's because I have cut about 4 of these. So I just figured I'll just tell you that it's there so I can show you how we're going to cut it from one diagonal end to the other. All the measurements and the materials and the colors and everything I use are always on my blog post for this card. If you go to CindyLeeBDesigns.com in the search bar, you can find this card, the Cup of Christmas bundle, hot chocolate holder, or you can go right after the description on the YouTube video and you will see a link that takes you right there and you'll find all those measurements. So here we go with this 8.5 by 8.5. Now this trimmer, couple things I really love about it. I love the blade. I love the telescoping, whoa, glad there's nobody down there. The puppies are over behind me. So we're going to take this 8.5 by 8.5 square, and we want to cut it from a diagonal. It can be either side. It could have been this side or this side. You're just going to put the 2 points of your point into your groove of your Stampin' trimmer. A nice thing about this trimmer too is it cuts the whole way up to the top. It used to be when I'd cut a diagonal or like on a 12 by 12 or another bigger size than this, I would have to pop out my cutting or my scoring blade, but this is awesome because you have a little bit more room on this trimmer. So kudos for Stampin' Up carrying this now. So you'll put the points into there, and then when I go to cut, instead of cutting down or cutting up, sometimes you will hit that point and you'll get resistance there. So just start into the middle of your cardstock, go up, and then go back down. And there you have your triangle. Now let's just take this triangle apart here that I had taped, and you're going to take that longest side of your triangle and you're going to put it up against the top of your trimmer. Now one little hack that I developed to help myself here is I want to score this at 4 and 8 on that long side. And it's a little hard because one thing I'm missing is that ruler at the top of there. So what I came up with is just taking a piece of dark cardstock, anything, little scrap you have, and I put it where I wanted it to be. And then that helped me know where to put that point. So right here, this is at 4 inches. And I knew that I could line up my point right there. And it was just a little helpful thing for me. Now, since we're scoring, you want to lift up your guide and make sure your cutting blade is at the top so you're not cutting. And then we're just going to score it at 4. And then we're going to slide it over, use our little hack again, and put that at 8. And then put that little point over at 8. Then I know I'm scoring at 8. Make sure we're right straight there. And then score at 8. There we go. Toss that aside, put our trimmer down, and then what we're going to be doing is just folding over and using our bone folder to make a nice crisp fold there. Okay, just going to line it up there, making sure that we're lined up on the bottom, which the bottom would be here too. Just give it a little, there we go. Now, we're going to be putting this together. So we're going to put adhesive on these 2 sides on the inside. So we're going to use our tear and tape, and we're going to pop that onto those edges here. So we'll pop it right along the edge of the cardstock. There we go. Okay, and then also along this edge. Can you hear Archie over there? He's playing with his toy. It sounded pretty loud. So here we are. We're going to take the protective coating off of this tear tape with our Take Your Pick tool. Maybe I didn't have that down there burnished down well enough. So get that protective coating off, and we're going to pop it over right there, and then we are going to pop off this side also, and just make sure you're making it flush with the bottom. And now you've got your pocket. Now before we go any further, we want to put rounded corners just to finish it off. So I use my detailed trio punch, and you just put it right into the holder, and then with the, you don't press down towards the side you press right down from the top, and you've got a nice corner there. Pop this one in here and punch from the top, and then also line that up, put it into the grooves, up against the grooves, and punch from the top, and we've got this nice rounded finished look there. So the next thing we're going to do is put our belly band around here. Now this belly band isn't going to have to slide on and off, so we are going to secure it. But I find when I'm doing a belly band, instead of taking my designer paper and adhering it down there nice and tight, I like to do them separately so that I don't have any warping of my paper. Now, if you can do it either way, but I like to cover up my loose ends. So what I'm going to do is put little tear tape on both sides, two opposite sides of one side, okay? So on this side and also on this side, because one piece is going to be, we won't do that yet. So we are going to leave just about, this is 1¼ by 9 inches, because I said 4 inches and 4 inches, so 9 inches is a good thing. So I'm going to fold it over here. Okay, so you just fold it along there, and then I'm going to take off that protective coating, and I'll be able to pop it right onto the red pocket that I made. Right there. Okay, then I'm just going to, like I said, I'm just going to fold it so that it reaches over, and then you can see right in the middle. You won't be able to see that on the back. And then we cover it up, because you can see where I did mine on the back on this one. Silly me, I forgot my little trick there. So now we've got that garden green there, and we want to put on now the gingham red from the Toile Tidings stamp set. So once again, I just fold it around because I don't want any of that buckling. So here we go. We've got down there, and it's all going to be covered up with our focal point here of the cup and the poinsettia. So what we're going to do is going to punch out a 2.5-inch circle out of the garden green, and we're going to put that as the border around our real red circle, which is 2¼ So this is 2.5 and 2¼ I'm not sure what I said there, if I said them right. So the red is 2¼ and our green is 2.5, and that's going to be popped onto the front of our card. We may as well get our dimensionals and pop it on. So let's put some dimensionals. I'm going to put my dimensionals on my belly band, then I'll be sure that I have them on the belly band. I wasn't too concerned about this way, but if I put them too far out, then I would have a little problem. So then you'll just take and grab off those protective things on our dimensionals, and we'll just center our circle right on the front of that pocket. And then I decided I would go ahead and use the opposite side of the Toile Tidings gingham and use the garden green side. And I'm also going to pop that up with dimensionals. And if you feel like the designer paper is a little too thin to support itself, you can always cut out a very vanilla one and just adhere the gingham. But it seemed like this was pretty it was going to work okay for me. So then I just center my green gingham cup right on the top there. And then I found that I liked this little poinsettia here, and I did it in vanilla to pull out the vanilla in the gingham, and I stamped it in red and die cut it with the poinsettia die that's in the cup of cheer. So once again, another dimensional, and I'm going to pop that onto the middle of the cup. And then I put a little tag here. Now I used the ornate dies, and where did I put it here? Or do I still have it sitting out? I think I do. So it's not in here. It's over at my Big Shot table. But I cut out with one of the cute little tags in the ornate frames dies. And yes, they're staying around. I'm so excited. They're so pretty. I put a dimensional behind that because I'm going to be putting that on there, but I also wanted to put a little green bow on there like it was attached to there. So I just take my dimensionals and I just put it right in the middle of that bow, and then I take your pick tool and I can put that right on my tag. Yeah, I'm so happy that those ornate frames dies are carrying over. They are awesome. And then you'll just pop that onto your front of your card, and you literally are almost done. So we're going to show you here, like you pop that right in there. You've got your hot chocolate holder, and I wanted to jazz it up a little. I always feel like I need to have those little middles of my poinsettias. So I just got out my metallic pearls, and I put 3 gold ones, and the gold really looks nice with very vanilla too, and those colors green. And I just threw 3 of them in the middle, and that gave like a focal little bit of pizzazz there. And let's pop that in there, and we've got 3 there. And then I thought maybe let's just stick one right on the bow, just to carry that down a little bit. Now that was quick. See how fast that was? 8.5 inch square, cut it on the diagonal, score it at 4 and 8 on the long side, fold it over, and put whatever you want on the front. Hot chocolate, where's my apple cider. You could put like a flower on here and maybe a bath salts, like a sachet in there. So this is a really versatile, quick little thing that you can do. So if you need any, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to text me or call me at 724-323-2296, or you can email me at cindyleeb@gmail.com. Thanks for buzzing by, friends.